After entering your service data, the next step is to enter the total operational cost information. Financial data entry in the calculator is organized by Uniform System of Accounts, or USOA, object classes, and then by subclasses according to transit agency functions. This table from the USOA manual provides common examples of operating expenses and what USOA object class each belong under. You can use your chart of accounts information to enter data by the USOA codes and operating function. The calculator applications are set up to provide allowable subclasses of transit operating functions for each USOA object class. Further information on definitions for operating expense terms and USOA categories are available in the glossary within the calculator, as well as the instruction manual. From the navigation menu, click on the Step 2 Enter Financial Data button. When using the application for the first time, the page will appear as shown here, as data will populate on the page as you enter and save them in the tab. Remember to use accrual accounting principles for entering expenses information applicable to the year you are using for your service data. Click on the Enter Financial Data button to load the pop-up menu for data entry. For each expense, you must enter the USOA object class, USOA subclass, and annual cost number. Then click the Add button to add the expense to the data list below. For USOA object class, select the appropriate USOA object class for the expense from the available options. Examples might include salaries and wages for labor expenses, or fuel and lubricants for vehicle fuel. For USOA subclass, select the appropriate subclass for the expense according to the use of the expense by the transit agency. There are 6 total available subclasses: operations, dispatch, fuel, vehicle maintenance, facility maintenance, and administration. Some subclass names are not available for certain USOA object class categories. For annual cost, write in the amount of the expense using numeric text only. No commas are necessary. While most transit agency operational costs are shared across all routes and services, some costs may be specialized and applicable to only an individual or select group of routes. In Excel, you can select the applicable routes or services by either clicking on the Shared Cost checkbox to select all routes or services, or clicking on the individual checkboxes for each route or service for which the specialized cost is applicable. You must select at least one of these checkboxes before clicking the Add button to save the cost entry. In the Excel application, you must delete the data record for a given cost entry and re-enter the correct data if any of the information in the data record needs to be changed. In Step 2, the data list will show multiple rows for a single cost entry for any costs that are applicable to more than one route or service. Clicking on one row for the cost entry will select all rows associated with that record. Then you can click the Delete button to delete the selection. You can also clear the selections for USOA object class, subclass, and annual cost by clicking the Clear button. There's also a View Glossary hyperlink at the top that provides helpful definitions on terms used in Step 2. Once you are finished editing, click on the Save and Exit button to return to the Step 2 tab. Then click on the Finish and Back to Menu button to return to the navigation menu.